I just had so much junk food, I feel like shit. I'm done with junk food, but probably never having junk food for the rest of my life. This is garbage. Like, you can feel your heart rate just pumping, going through the fucking roof. Oh, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I know people eat that. Having fried chicken, fried frozen, like microwave frozen chicken, Coke, some protein shakes. This processed garbage. I can't believe it's in the house. 2 pies, bro. Holy shit. I'm done. It's garbage. 2026 resolution. No. This will be the year of truck driving. It's written down. I have to do it. Everybody in the family knows it now. Right now, processing to schedule. They have keyboard and mouse, just truck driving, learning the rules, learning how to keep in a lane, learning the speed limits. Right, putting those hours in, just proving dedication, proving consistency. Right, so before we get the Moser, because obviously when we get the Moser, it'll be different. Right, when we get the Moser, we'll have the wheel, we'll have the shifters here to work about the gears. Don't want to overload the brain too much. Right now it's very simple. Right, you know, just keyboard and mouse, fairly simple. Just being able to look at traffic, anticipate, you know, what could potentially happen. Is there potentially a crash here? Use something tolls, lighting up the truck, positioning it correctly. When we get the Moser, it'll more be just controlling. How do you control the truck wheel? Do your hands get tired holding the truck wheel for hours on end? How do you use the shifter? Right? How do you use the gearbox? And then after that, I'll be going for the heavy vehicle knowledge test. Getting my truck driver's license. That's important. So I'm still going through the learning phase. Right. I think the learning phase is important, going through the learning phase at the moment, so once again, not in a hurry, but I am trying to decentralize, you know, the methods of obtaining cash flow, and currently most of the cash flow is coming in from teaching as well, so you should probably decentralize that. Some of it's getting like chopped off. Back here and grab this food. I'm done with. Finish off this junk food really quick so I don't have to ever eat this garbage again.
times do I have to tell you to slow down?
Yeah, definitely planning on taking health. Very important. Obviously, as probably know, I thought I was going to lose an arm in 2025. Then I thought I was going to lose a leg. Then I thought I was going to lose an arm. Like, the leg wasn't even that bad because the leg I didn't feel it. You know, the leg was like, oh, okay, well, it's itchy, right? It's like it wasn't like just itchy. It was so light. It's like, bro, I could barely sleep during that, right? But the arm was like actually fucked because I was like working out so hard and I could barely feel my arm. My nerve was tingling and it was nerve compression, so it was nerve damage. Now it's mostly fine. I can still feel the damage, but I don't have 100% of my strength back. If I do chin-ups and pull-ups, my right arm just not lifting that weight, bro. So yeah, I can actually feel it. However,
You're going too fast.
it is coming back. Like it was stronger than 2 weeks ago. Like it was better. It was stronger than last week. Right, we're getting progress.
At the roundabout,
Let me check this week.
take the third exit.
Excuse me. Just feeling like shit. From the coke I'm drinking right now. Like, bro, I don't know how people eat all this junk food, man.
Exit now.
Like I've only been doing it for like I've only been eating junk food for the last 3 hours, and I already feel like shit. And I haven't. The last time I've had junk food was, I don't know, it was not this month. It was literally like 2 months, 3, 4 months ago. Like I don't even remember the exact date. I haven't. And I don't know how people eat junk like literally every day. Literally every day. I don't understand how we do it, bro. I'm dying. I'm like, not even done with the pie, and I've still got like half a can of Coke left to drink. Oh yeah, I gotta start my timer. I don't have the thing logged. We're 16 minutes in on drug driving today. I want to do at least 5 hours. But really I do want to be more active in this. Obviously right now it doesn't pull in any money, so it's kind of justified. It's kind of hard to justify that, but I believe that there should be a return. Like it's usually. Are there any unemployed truck drivers? That's the question that I should be asking. That's the question I should be looking at, really. Right? As there aren't, then perhaps truck driving is a good thing to get into. It's like, it's easy money. Like you shut your brain off while you're truck driving, so it's probably not that bad, to be honest. I'll find out. I mean, what's the risk? Well, the risk is $1,700 plus your license, which is I think another like $300. So you're missing about like 2 weeks of paycheck, like $3,000 for a chance to pull in. Let's say you get paid minimum 30k a year. I mean, seems like a decent 10x for me. Yeah, I wouldn't see why I shouldn't be doing it. I think it's good doing it. I can. The good thing about pies is I can eat it with one hand. I think I can actually. Let me just test it. I'm not gonna be eating it, bro. It's like it's unhealthy as fuck. So for those of you that don't know, right now I'm an incredibly healthy person, and I have a very strict diet. This is just an exercise. This is an exercise we have in Andrew Tate's University. So today is December 2nd in Australia, also known as December 1st in everywhere else in the world. So today is officially the start of 2026, right? So what do you do at the start of the year? Well, you classify your goals, like what are you going to achieve this year, right? And that's what you do in businesses. That's what businesses do, right? Every business has their goal of what they're going to achieve in that year. And me running my life as a business, I will do the exact same thing. right? They are goals and things that should meet and achieve this year. I say this year, not 2025, talk about 2026. The
Right.
problem is, when most people start their year in January 1, it means you start your year on a public holiday, also known as, you call it New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, or whatever it is. New Year's Eve is 31st, but New Year's Day. So you start yourself off with a public holiday, you're doing nothing for the first day. That's not a particularly good start. It's not a particularly good start. The day before the start, you also do nothing. And the second day after you start, you're probably doing nothing. So like the first 3 days, I'm pretty sure you have people that don't work on the whole first week. Like there's probably a portion of people, a decent percentage of people in the world that don't work on the first week of a new year, and they also don't work on the last week of the year. So the reason why in Andrew Tate University we have the starting date skewed actually, so that for 2026, or even in 2025, the year always starts on December 1st. It's because in November, it's just an irregular month. That's what we're trying to tell you. In December, it's also just an irregular month. We don't have days off because December becomes January when you start. When you start the day. Basically what I'm trying to say is there is really no difference, right? The things you do on a daily basis should mostly be the same. You just wake up and you work, right? It's really simple. So if that's simple enough to understand. In November, the last few days of November, it's not a public holiday, it's not a break. And the starting dates of December are also not a break, also a public holiday, right? So we replace that month with January, and you can class January as an extended January, right? And you get rid of public holiday because it's not the New Year. We don't celebrate a New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. The only celebration we have is what goals and what you're going to achieve. Just dream about it.
At the roundabout,
More money,
take the first exit.
better looking physique. This is what your primary objective should be on, if you will call it a New Year celebration. Really, there's no point, and I believe the truck is in a traffic jam, slowing me down. I have a delivery I need to get to.
Exit now.
Yeah, that's just my short little presentation of what my, and I wouldn't say goals, that's kind of, so I want to use the word goals, because also as a student of Andrew Tate University, we're aware that goals don't actually exist. You don't build goals. What you do is you build habits, which you do on a daily basis, right? You can build a habit where you brush your teeth every day, you shower every day, but those aren't bad habits to take. You should probably build those habits for anyone that's not doing it. But you can build other habits as well. For example, working out every day, practicing
At the
driving every day.
roundabout,
You can
take
totally
the
build
third
that.
exit.
And I would say there's nothing wrong with that as well. You can build habits of finance, work on your PC, work on your research every single day. But those are also decent habits to build. And these habits can be customized. You can build any habit you want. That is basically the goal.
Exit now.
You need to learn. Because if you build the correct set of habits, what yields you more money over a period of time, right? I'll be streaming my truck driving progression. So
At the
it's gonna be
roundabout,
publicly known.
take the second
You'll see
exit.
it. For the most part, the first few parts of the
Exit now.
truck driving experience really is not much to talk about. Once again, at this point, I'm really treating consistency as a civilian virtual truck driver, right? We haven't touched on the realm of physical, realistic truck driving yet. We're touching into it, but we're still in the virtual, right? The Moser will be the first part, and that really is just trading the wheel also added on to consistency. Once we have that consistency builds up, then we can easily translate that
At the
into
roundabout, take the second
the actual
exit.
truck driving, right? Like, look, if you're already on ETS in a truck driving simulator,
Exit now.
truck driving on a computer for 8 hours a day, I'm sure you can just be placed in a truck cab, sit in a seat, and drive instead of using a motor, use an actual truck wheel. I'm sure that's still
At the roundabout,
it's achievable, and it's
take the second
not such a
exit.
big jump for your human brain, right? So remember, we take small steps, and there's no need to do a massive jump, right? Because I understand you need money,
Exit
you
now.
do a massive jump. My idea is not to do a massive jump, because a massive jump causes burnout. Like, people think I'm burnout because you're working too hard. But not really. Working hard doesn't cause burnout. It's when your body can't handle it, either mentally or physically, because the jump is too huge, right? If physically, before you get burnt out physically, you get injured first. Here's my injury. Mentally, I don't know. My mental strength was that strong. I have never been burnt out before. Don't have any mental injuries, so I can't answer that question based on my experience. Well, I can tell you that it's always good to ease something in, and you want to build habits, right? So habits you build that bring money in. If you do them daily, is they're daily habits, well, now you bring daily money in from doing that, right? So
At the roundabout, take the
definitely
first
a good thing to
exit.
strive for. And I've checked.
Exit now.
It's close. Shit. Yeah, this is why we need a wheel. If you don't have a wheel, it's harder. Like, you think it's the mouse and the keyboard's easier to have. It's pretty sure. The wheel side, I'm pretty sure the mouse is harder. Also, the wrist like the hang on it's a long period of time. I haven't fallen into porn. I was going to finish off all this junk food. I'm done for the day. I've consumed one piece of every single junk food in my house, as it was tasked to. Okay? So I'm proud of myself for doing that. And so somebody's never had junk food for, I would say, the last quarter of 2025, I've been completely junk food free, except for today. I had junk food. I feel like shit, and that's my 2026 junk food done. Considering this is the beginning of 2026 now, it's done. Let's do it. No more junk food in 2026. We're done. We're good. We cleaned it out. Okay, this year's junk food intake is done. I solved one problem in the year already of 2026. One that you would say is major, because the problem you have with junk food is you can't mix healthy food and junk food together, right? Because I know there's people that'll be like, oh, but what if you have a little bit of junk food? Can you have a little bit of McDonald's or a little bit of KFC and then tell me you're on a healthy diet? Oh, but I have KFC once a month. You can't. Because you can't mix it, bro. What happens when you have a pot of paint and drip a bit of black ink inside? Well, no, now it's not. Oh, sorry. What happens when you have white paint, a bottle of white paint? You put one tiny, very tiny
Go
little
straight.
drip of black ink inside, what happens to the pot of white paint? Can you call that paint white, truly white anymore? No. No, you can't. Because if you get a truly white bowl of paint, it will look whiter. That's the same thing, right? You can't possibly tell me that you're having a healthy diet, you're having a healthy lifestyle, when I see somebody eat KFC or McDonald's, right? So I believe it's incredibly important that this is an exercise that we do at university. Just get the junk out of the way first, right? You've had your junk for the year. It's good. Now, if you have other problems, right? Because I know some people here have other problems, right? So, let's say you love playing video games. Let's say you love playing video games, and we all know what's wrong with video games, so I'm not going to spend too much time explaining it. But for the new students at university, what is potentially wrong with playing video games? It's actually not the part where you're playing video games. This is where people misconstrue things, right? Because they think, well, the problem with playing video games for 3 hours a day is I lose 3 hours a day.
Keep right.
Well, that is
then
true.
Continue straight.
But let's be honest, that is true. You do lose 3 hours a day. But there's the difference between video games and, let's say, boxing, or video games and playing cricket, playing sports, soccer, right, or dancing. When you're not dancing, you don't think about dancing, do you? Now, when you're not playing about video games, the problem with when your 3 hours of video games is up, you're still thinking about the fucking video game. So you're living life playing 3 hours of video games a day. When you're not playing a video game, you're thinking about the video game. When you're doing work, you're thinking about the video game. This is the problem, right? Because when you're dancing as a hobby, you don't think about dancing when you're working, do you? Right? This is why kids get distracted. And some of you here are young, right? So some of you will understand this, especially if you're in high school. Personally, I've experienced it in high school before. I've tried doing it. I was like, let's play some video games. Let's do some studying. Let's go back, play some video games, do some studying. What would happen is between the video game sessions where I should be studying, I'd be quote unquote studying, but like I'll go through studying, but I'd be thinking about video games. I'd be thinking, how do I get more XP? How do I get stronger in the video game? That happens, right? And I know, if you're a boy, I know you had this, because I had the exact same thing, right? And I see it in people all the time. I also teach at universities, so I know this. I can see it, right? Because there's people in the class searching up YouTube videos on how to get more trophies in Clash of Clans, as an example, right? So you want to be stronger, but obviously because you can't play video games at that time, you would be...
At the roundabout.
Fuck, I just got caught for a speeding offence. But you would see that you'd be trying to find different ways of progressing in that activity, right? Now, you don't do that. You don't search up YouTube videos of how to dance or how to play soccer or football better, right? This is the problem. It's not that we don't like video games. It's not like we've got anything against people playing video games. It's just, this is just a very common situation, right? We can't explain it. There is no explanation of why it is that video games is the cause of this problem. There is no explanation. I also do not know why. But I do know that if you interact with that activity, you're going to be consistently distracted all the time. I can tell you that is true, because I've been both sides. I've had days in my life when I was a kid where I'll wake up and play video games the whole day long, and I would wake up, so I'd sleep 6 hours, I'd wake up and I'd play 18 hours of video games, and then I'd go to bed. Yes, I would eat and drink, do some garbage in the middle, all of that, which is pointless and makes no money, right? Well, now I'm the opposite. I sleep 6 hours, I wake up and I work 18 hours. I can tell you, one makes me feel better than the other one. Right, yes, during the time when you're playing the video game does make you feel better. Right, it's the same thing, right? When I first picked up the pie and I ate it, ooh, look, salmon pie, it tastes good, right? Well, now, I feel like shit. So, this should be just basically a reminder. Remember, we teach you here to have gratitude, right? You need to have delayed rewards, right? These delayed rewards, they're showing in video games. Video games, you don't get delayed rewards. In video games, you get your rewards instantly, right? It's fun, right? But when you're working, well, your rewards, the money, I'm assuming, because most people are here in Texas University because of the money, right? Because we teach you how to get money, because we teach you how to be strong, because we teach you about physique. So practice delayed victories. That's a key part that people can't handle. They need the joy, they need the happiness, they need the dopamine right now.
Straight.
So you get a dopamine when you get your bank payment coming in, and you see, oh, it's a high number now. It's a bit of dopamine right there. Yeah, I'm done speaking. I've made my speech about video games. Made my speech about how to get the best of 2026. Don't play video games. Focusing on work. Exactly what other professors have been teaching throughout Tate University. There really isn't much to talk about. To be honest, we all know the answer. It's just those that struggle. They don't have the discipline to follow it, and don't get me wrong, it's not easy, right? Like by no means is my life easy as well, right? It's not supposed to be easy, especially as a man. It's always hard. You're always fighting with your brain. Whether do you want to relax? Do you want to have junk food? When you start, it's hardest. When you first stop video games the first week, that's the absolute hardest. Why? Because when your work is done, usually when your work is done, you go play video games. Now when your work is done, what do? You don't know what to do, because the only thing you know is video games. Right, if the only thing you know is CSGO, is you, on a daily routine, you finish your work and you go play CSGO, you go play League of Legends. I used to be like that, right? Talking from experience. And when I first stopped, I didn't know what to do, right? I would stop. So what I did, which I don't recommend doing, was I stopped playing video games, and then when I was done with the work, when I watched movies and YouTube videos, right? While that is better than video games, because the thing of watching movies is better than playing video games. I'll explain why. When you play 3 hours of video games,
Do you even listen to me?
remember, when you stop, when you end the video game, when you shut the video game off, and you're working, let's say you're just cooking. What are you doing when you're cooking? You're thinking about the video game. You're not thinking about how to cook better, how to be a better chef. You're not thinking about what you should be doing tomorrow, what you're gonna do for work, how do you get more money. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about the video game. If you watch a movie and the movie's complete, and then you go get some food, what most likely thing are you gonna be thinking about? How do I make the food taste better? How much do I need? What should I eat? That's what you'd be thinking about. There's a very big difference. It's a psychological difference that people that don't play video games will never understand. People that actually don't play video games will never understand. I understand it because that was me. That was me back in the day. That was literally me. I was basically addicted to video games, like non-stop. I was the guy. I was the kid that had the PSP on the bed. Right, so I'd be when I'm done with high school, especially when I was back in like grade 7, grade 8, like in my early days of high school. But I come home from school, I play video games. After video games, when I had to go to bed, I'd be playing on my PSP in bed. Right, so it was video games all day long, and you can't stop. Right, so when you break the cycle, what do? Well, the first thing you do is you find something to replace it, right? So once again, as I said, movies aren't the best, but movies are better, because when you finish a movie, well, you ask the person that you watch the movie with, or you ask yourself, is the movie good? And then you think a bit about the movie, and one day later, the movie's gone. You don't think about it anymore. It's a waste of time, but it's less of a waste of time because you spend less time thinking about it, right? Now, better things you should be doing.
Keep left.
Actual things you should replace video games with if you can. I'm not saying if you play 16 hours of video games, you should do 16 hours of workout every single day. But you get the point. You quit your video game, just do 5 to 10 minutes of working out. 5 to 10 minutes, just go for a walk down the road and come back. And in fact, if you've got money or if your parents are paying for your stuff, go for a walk down the road, go and buy yourself a little drink, and run back home. And then there you go, watch a movie afterwards. Do something. But when you put down, you don't think about it, right? When you come back home and you finish drinking your drink, you don't think about it. It doesn't take up your mental capacity. So when you need to work, you can focus on working. Right, you can't focus on working when you're thinking about video games, but you can focus on working after you're done drinking. You put the thing down and you don't remember anything about the drink except for what the name is and whether it's good or bad. That's it. Right? People will ask you, what did you have for breakfast yesterday? Or what do you have for breakfast today? And you will not be able to say that. You have people that can't remember. There you go. Right? You just completely forget about it. But if they ask you about what video games you played, and they're going to ask you about what you did in the video game, they're going to ask you different abilities, how do you get those items, you're going to remember every single part of it. You're going to be like, oh yeah, I did this, I did that. This, you give your life story about the video game because your brain is just... Have you ever wondered, whenever people ask you what you've been doing in a video game, you'll be able to answer clearly? Like, how do you get this item? You'll be able to tell them, what video game did you play last week? Or you'll be able to say, yes, I played this video game. When did you buy this game? Oh, you'll be able to answer that. But when people ask you about your breakfast, oh no, somehow I forgot what I had 3 hours ago. You see how your brain considers breakfast as not important, but video games is very important? This is the problem. And we teach you exactly how to fix that. Replace your habit of playing video games with something else. It doesn't have to be painful. Right? Obviously, if you replace a workout, it's best. It's my recommendation. Replace video games with workout. Actually think about it. Since I spent 18 hours a day playing video games back when I was a kid, if I spent all that time working out, I'd probably be a model now. I'd probably be a fitness influencer, just letting you know. Because even professional athletes don't work out 18 hours a day. Now, I'm not saying it's obviously not physically possible to work out 18 hours a day, but you get the point, right? If I spent the time doing something else, I think most of you wouldn't be able to argue the point that I will probably become an even better person. Whatever I'm doing right now, I could be even better at it if I just spent that time wisely. Now, everybody's made the same mistake, but the point is, it's not about the mistake, it's about what we go from here. So, give or take, now 2026 has started. What are we going to do to fix our mistakes? What are we going to do to grow as a person in 2026? That is the point of my presentation. So, thank you very much for listening. Going back to eating all my junk to finish it all in the first day of 2026 so I don't have any more junk food anymore. So I don't recommend telling people your goals. Now, when I say this, people misconstrue me. Oh, so does that mean when people ask, going to tell them? No. If your family members ask you what your goals are for 2026, because I believe some families do this. My family doesn't do this, right? We don't talk about our goals, so that's why nobody has any goals, and that's why it seems like nobody's trying to improve themselves, right? If your family is one that talks about their goals, at the beginning of the year, you would have a family gathering area. We would talk about their goals, what they want to achieve this year, and other family members will try their best to help each other achieve their goals, right? So, if you're going to sit there and people ask you about your goals, what do you say? Well, you say your goals. It's that simple, right? I think what Tate was talking about, because I wasn't exactly there, so obviously I don't have the full context. What it is people, we just tell everybody about their goals. The more you talk about the goals, the less energy you have, right? Because you shouldn't be spending all your time talking about your stupid goals if you aren't just going to do them, right? It's also why we don't particularly focus on goals. The reason we set goals really is just to know, like, to have that sense of direction, right? That kind of like a KPI, right? You don't. Those people that work in sales here, in the sales mastery campus, you don't actually just sit there looking at your KPI all day long, right? You don't look at your KPI all day long, but what you do pay attention to is calling clients. Do your clients respond, right? And if they do respond, then I do my response within 15 minutes, right? That's what we learn in Tate University, right? So that's the thing you're working on, right? You don't look at your sales goals, you don't look at your KPIs. It's the same thing of our actual goal setting, right? Like, my goal for 2026, well, I want to find a way to get more money. And that isn't exactly a goal, that's a want. I want to find a way to get more money. But what is the goal I'm going to need to meet in order to get more money? Well, for me, I want to get into the transport industry. I want to get into truck driving. Right, so that is my goal, to become a truck driver. There you go. So not only am I teaching, not only that's my first goal. My next goal is in finance. What do I do with my money, right? Because we know, like most people, when you get the money stays in the bank. If 80% of the population puts their money, they get the money from a job, they put it in the bank, and they're not rich, because 80% of the population is not rich, right? Then what are the other 20% doing? They're obviously doing something different. They get the money. You should take a look at Elon. Elon's invested in companies before. You take a look at basically any of the top 10 people in the world. They've all made the same decision, right? They've had some form of investment, some form of activity. Fairly straightforward.
Slow down.
The point is, you have to invest. So you cannot avoid learning about finance. You have to learn about finance, is what I'm trying to say.
Second exit.
Therefore, my next goal obviously has to do with finance. I have to get a PhD in finance of AI. The AI part is because that opens me up to employment opportunities in hedge funds. It also opens me up to running my own systems. And keep in mind, AI is a pretty hot field. I'm also someone that has done IT as their masters and bachelors, so it all ties in well, right? It all ties in well. You should also be weaponizing what you previously have. So if you're an IT student and you want to tie into finance, try to combine IT with finance. That's my advice when we talk about universities, right? I want to try to combine them. Don't just do finance only, IT only, and everything's separate. And try to combine things together, because people will class you as more competent. Let's put it that way. Our class is more competent. I should probably load a previous save because I got damaged, got hit. Yeah, I should probably load a previous save, so I have to repair my shit. 40, 10, 641. Fuck. 41. Wait, 1610. Okay. So I think I took 4% damage, so that would be another 4 points, right? Ooh.
What are we waiting for?
It appears to me that when I'm talking, I'm not paying attention to the road. I have a problem where I can either hyper focus on one thing and disregard everything, or if I try to multi-focus, you see me get crashed into, you see me crash into people when I'm talking. So let's stop talking, gotta focus. Realize your weaknesses, and this is one of my weaknesses as somebody that has ADHD, which I'm also proud to say that I do have. I understand that is part of reality, and if you're born with it, you can't just heal your mental issues. There are some things that can't be healed. By the way, permanent nerve damage is one of them. ADHD is the other one. You can have less strong symptoms. You can have your attention improved, but it doesn't mean you don't have it. Your attention will still be slightly weaker than everybody else, even if you try your best. It is you're born with it, and that it is it. Okay. Now, separate from depression, because I know some people are going to ask this question probably, so I'll talk about it. Right? Tate says you don't believe in depression. I'm the same. Do not believe in depression. Depression is something you're born with. It's not something you just get. People think you're depressed, but then when you look at depression, they're like, it's because of depression. They use it as a reason, as an excuse. But then when you look at their life, as Tate says, when you look at their life, it's not them that are depressed. That's why their life is like that. It's because their life is like that. That's why they're depressed. So if you get the guy $1 million, you made him fit, you got the ideal woman he wanted, he won't be depressed. So what do? If you consider yourself depressed and unhappy, well, you go to a gym and you work hard. And you try to get as much money as possible, and now you're no longer depressed because you feel like you've achieved something. And if you didn't,
exit now.
Well, you feel like you tried at least, and trying doesn't make you depressed. I'll guarantee you that. Right? I've made less money in 2025 than 2024, but I've tried harder. I don't feel sad. I am disappointed. Let's be real here. Okay? Let's be real. I'm disappointed.
Exit now.
I worked harder in 2025 and 2024. I didn't get as much money in 2025 and 2024. But I'm not sad. I'm not depressed because I put in my best. There was nothing else I could have done. Right? Maybe this was the year where everybody made less money, or maybe this was the year where God was testing my willpower. Would I fall into depression? Would I give up if I had 1 year where I worked harder but made less money? Maybe this is God testing me. Or am I destined for this, where I will continue working with no remorse, whether I make more money or less money? Right? So you have that. Maybe it's all just a test. But then this is the point of this university, where we teach you to create habits. Doesn't matter what happens, we do it regardless. Really isn't that hard, right? It doesn't matter what happens, you just work out, right? It doesn't matter if it's raining. If you don't look like you're stronger, you work out, because eventually you will be strong. It's statistically proven, it's scientifically proven that your muscles will be bigger, you will be stronger, you'll live longer if you continue to work out on a daily basis. And you just can't argue with it, because that is how science has proven it. You can't fight science, but that's reality. Right? You can fight beliefs, you can argue. When people tell you beliefs and you don't believe in something, you can at least argue beliefs. You can't argue science. You can't say that science isn't real, but you can say that maybe the Lord He says isn't real. Okay, that's a belief. because a belief is not reality.
Turn left.
Science, however, is classified as a reality, so you can't fight it. And that's what science says. If you work out, you'll be stronger. Math says the same thing. If you add a number on top of a number, what happens? Well, you get a larger number, right? If you have $1,000 and you add $200 to it, now you have $1,200. It's really that simple. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Yeah, no, look, life is really just that simple, really, right? You have math and you have science, and then you have beliefs, where you can choose to believe in something, but beliefs aren't fully real, because if they're real, they will be reality, right? Now, I'm not saying beliefs aren't real, and beliefs are useless. Those are two different things. Beliefs are, let's just call them fake. Like, realistically, let's just call them fake. They're not real. If they were real, they wouldn't be called beliefs. They'd be called reality, right? But why do people still choose to believe in their beliefs, even if they know it's not reality? Because they obviously know. Like, any logical person would know, unless they're actually fucking retarded, right? So, you know that your belief is not real. Why do you believe in it? Because it makes you stronger. And there's nothing wrong with believing in something that is not real that will make you stronger. Right, so depression, this is a common line that Taylor's mentioned multiple times in interviews. Where he doesn't believe in depression. Depression could be real. He could be wrong. But he would still believe depression is not real, because it makes him stronger. He's now immune to depression. Right? If you're in a ghost house, hypothetically, if you're in a monster house or a ghost house, I don't know whether those exist or not, but if you were, and you don't believe in ghosts, and you don't believe in monsters, well, now it's just a house, right? Because ghosts and monsters don't exist anyway. And because they're literally not real. They're literally not real. Well, then you're immune. But somebody else that's in a ghost house and a monster house that believes ghosts and monsters are real, even though they're not real, oh, well, now he's shitting his pants. Now he's actually scared, right? So, beliefs aren't real. But beliefs do affect you psychologically at a very large level. So be very careful what you believe in, right? Very simple things you can believe in. First thing, I know you're real, but believe in yourself, right? Believe you can do anything, you have whatever it takes. If it helps, you can believe in the Lord. In my opinion, the Lord is not real, but I do believe the Lord has plans for me. Now, I could be wrong. The Lord could have seen what I just said, you know, and well, he said he doesn't believe in me. Does the Lord hate me? No. Perhaps I wronged him. I said I didn't believe in him. I mean, I said he's not real, but he is real. But I did also say that I believe in him, right? And maybe this could be true. Maybe when I'm older, I will find out that yes, indeed, the Lord is real, and everything I wanted the Lord end up giving it to me, not for free. Not because I said I believe in the Lord, because there's people that are like, oh, I believe in the Lord, and then after I don't do anything. I'm probably the opposite. I say the Lord is not real, but I believe the Lord has all the plans, right? All the plans for me. The Lord has set a plan for me, He has set a destiny for me, and my job is to achieve that destiny, which means I'm going to be the best person ever that could ever be. He's given me 2 legs and 2 arms and a brain, not for me to play video games with, but for me to become the best person possible using these tools that He's given me, right? Because He's also given some people with perhaps no arms and legs, 1 leg only, has given a different starting plates, right, to different people. And believe it that way, right? It's something what you want to believe in. The thing you need to keep in consideration is believe in what makes you the strongest. Okay, even if it's wrong, even if it doesn't make any sense, because that blinding confidence actually makes a difference. Shit. Okay, I should have talked to Ms. Robbins. Yep, this is exactly what happens when you talk and drive at the same time. Well, that's a classic example of human weakness. That's, I can say you can't fix it. It's not possible. The ability to multi-focus is not there. But I've learned my lesson today, and the main goal of the lesson is I'm not fit to drive and give a presentation at the same time. Also, I was remembering
Never
this.
mind.
I
I'll find a new
just
route.
dump this instead.
Turn right.
You should have just done this instead. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the load up again. I'm gonna gas station. I'm gonna go and smash two things out before I come back. I do have to go. I've got a lot of things to do. I just came back from my Matrix education. Right. Talk to you in a bit. Bye.
Pedal to the metal, man. Okay, here we go. Go straight. Go straight. Okay, let's find a new route. Let's go. Let's do this.
I think we've locked in the start and the middle. I think the end is where we lose the most points. We get fined, we hit traffic at the end. This is when we need to really lock the fuck in at the end. When we enter Norway, when we pass Stockholm is when we start crashing and hitting shit. Before that, everything is good. Because all our crashes have been the last 2 hours. And fines. All sorts of bullshit happened. So pay attention to that.
Go straight. Rerouting. Make a U-turn now. Turn right. Drive safe. straight.
Probably just keep it really slow here because we know this is a spot of mass
Never
despair.
mind. I'll find a new route.
Maybe take a rest first before I feel up. Don't know which I might get fine. Yeah, take a rest first. The
Turn
spot
right,
being at
and then turn right.
the gas station, ready to rest.
Turn
Still
right.
good parking. Does this not count? This is bullshit. My goodness. I'm trying to rest, it's not letting me. There's the rest icon. Do I have to park it properly?
Finding new route.
Do I have my fucking hazards on?
route. Turn right.
There we go. Oh fuck no. Oh, I'm dying. I've got something to work on. The next routes I take. Next route I take, I'm going to do it without talking at all. Because as you can
Never
see, I just
mind.
turned off my engine
I'll find a new route.
while I was talking. So doing it without talking
When possible,
should
make
yield
a
better
U-turn.
results. Because it means I'm not distracted. So that would be my next major upgrade. This major upgrade will be delivered on time, being careful about the rest breaks, which I think we should be able to deliver on time. Because we've got 11 hours left. $29 hours left, yeah, okay. So yeah, we're good, we should be able to deliver on time this time. We're not going to lose 2k, but we'll lose points due to damage and fines. And to address these two requires no talking at all, pure focus, hyper-focused attention. And no drinking coke. But it gets started doing it, so I'm just not as doing it. Workout, right back.
Go straight. Recomputing. Turn right. left, and then turn left.
I think I found
You've
the
got the
solution.
contract. Now go.
I think I found a solution. The solution is to go there, decouple the trailer before I turn it to a gas station, fuel up, and then couple back to the trailer. I'll leave the trailer on the road. You know what? I'll just probably do that for every gas station I go to. It makes it easier. But remember the gas station that I was like getting fined, like I got fined and it crashed like 4 times earlier. If I need to go use a rest break or I need to go trailer, decouple the fucking trailer, leave it on the road, get that shit done, come back to my trailer, and that should fix the problem. Take a break after I filled up. Go to the gas station and go do some workout. I got on my free workout to do. I'll do 2 workouts. I'll do squats and pistol squats after I the boxing
Keep right.
combat squats will do. So over here, I'm supposed to be going. There. I'll leave the thing here. Decouple.
Get on with it.
Go fuel up, couple it back. That way my trailer just stays there. I don't have to deal with it. And then for this, I can just go ham with this. This will be fine.
Rerouting.
I'll do what the fuck I want with this. It shouldn't take any damage unless if I fucked up. There we go. Oh, I should have taken this one. If I was in my trailer, I should have taken this one. I wasn't thinking straight, but either way. I'm so tired, man. Fuck. Maybe it's the food that's affecting me, because it's my first time having junk food this year. No, this year, this fucking quarter. Yeah, bro, am I talking incorrectly? Of everything's fucked. Yeah, it's what happened again. As long as don't eat junk food, don't talk off play.
Keep left, and then turn
Take
left.
shit seriously. Without the head tracker, it's slightly harder, by the way. But without the head tracker, it's slightly harder.
Turn right, and then turn right.
Yeah, it's still working, just fucking make it so I don't have to keep zooming in. Just seats, can I like move this shit? Let's move back, can I like make my FOV? Because the thing is, maybe I've jumped the gun, maybe I've made it too hard. Maybe we should just make it easier. be honest. Before we start, before we go into the in-depth shit, I should probably make it easier. Right, like, increase FOV to max. I don't see the point of changing the tilt. I think this is the most balanced. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I think this is good. Perhaps this might be better. I don't know. Oh, I'll keep it like this. Oh, I'll see how it performs like this. To be honest, the thing is, it's gonna be hard to reverse, but I can barely see shit.
Time to hit the road.
Trailer damage. Did the guy hit my trailer? I can't tell. I can't tell what happened there. I don't think it was because of me though. Fuck, I don't want to redo all my settings again. I'll just copy it. I'll copy it this time. I don't even see a speed limit, to be honest.
Slow down. Go straight.
like this, bro. Let's just play like this. Fuck, I'm gonna go work out, right back. I'll probably change my FOV when I come back, or just revert a save. So I don't want to use that shitty FOV.
Ready to roll.
Okay, so got my FOV correct, so you can probably tell. Hopefully correct FOV. Actually should be. Yeah, no, it's the correct one. The problem is, I can't see shit. This should be what I need to see. I need to be able to zoom in and see my shit because I can't see it. I can see the brain. Feel I can see, so it's fine. All I need to see is the brain, the feel I can see.
Go straight.
I can't see brake. This is fine. I got the brake, I can see that.
You're going too fast.
Okay, cool. Missed that last gas station, so I'm gonna get to a straight, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish my workout. This is 2266 points a minute. We're good to go. Yeah, so once I'm done with this route, I've got the FOV sorted out properly. Going from here should be much better.